දසනකාන්තී චූර්ණය සහිත ලීවර් ආයුෂ් දන්තාලේපය දත්වල ඇති ප්‍රශ්න 10ක් වලකයි.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe addressed the 2022 Economic Summit organised by Ceylon Chamber of Commerce on the theme Resetting from Turmoil to Opportunity.
What is the plan for reform? Frankly, I have no plan for reform. I don't know in this crisis the reforms can work. To reform, you must have economy. What do we face in the future? Whatever relief we get from our debtors, multilateral creditors, and also from the private creditors, we have to pay this money back. Then remember, for the next few years, we have to borrow money. Our trade balance is not in our favor. So are we going to rebuild the same structure and come down again much faster? Therefore, I thought it's not worth reforming it. So I personally have no plans for reform, and the government will not have plans for reforms. We want to build a new economy that will face 2050. Is the private sector ready for it? That's the only question I have to ask you. Are we ready for it? Are we going to take up the challenge? Shall we take the pain that comes with it? Or are we going to hide again? What have we got first? We have to earn foreign exchange, foreign exchange, foreign exchange. Why can't we have a balance of trade? Why can't it be in a surplus? Can you put into a surplus? If not, we can't survive. If you want to survive and you have to compete with the world, then we have to be competitive. Not competitive, we've got to be highly competitive. We've got to join the rest of Asia. We've got to compete with China. We've got to compete with Japan. You've got to compete with Korea. You've got to compete with India. Can we build that? Can we create sectors which are competitive? I'm ready to take that challenge. Are we ready to go to 2050, or do you want to go back to 1950? These are the two options that are available for us. Then we've got to build a highly competitive social market economy. But it must benefit all, not only a few. We talk of renewable energy. I won't talk of renewable energy. I will talk of green hydrogen. That's where the potential lies. We seem to be having an immense surplus of renewable energy which can be turned into green hydrogen. Why don't we develop and become a logistics center? When I last tried to develop the Colombo harbour and tried to give out the East Terminal, there's a big debate as to why I am trying to sell the country. Now we have given the West Terminal out, it's very good. But if you really want to get going, you have to give the East Terminal out. We've given the first choice to Japan. If they don't, we'll ask the others to come. Colombo port must be the busiest port in South Asia. The small port won't do, so when you get full, we are thinking of expanding the Colombo port all the way to Jaila. A logistics center. Already about 30 acres have been cleared in Colombo North, 20 or 30 acres to start one part of it. There will be more land becoming available. You connect it and look at Hambantota and Trincomalee. You have the three best ports available in the region. Think of logistics, think of green hydrogen, and then modernize the agriculture. Small holding agriculture maybe, modernize the agriculture and get ready for export. It can be done, but it requires high technology. And more than that, the willingness to go ahead. Land must be used to get the maximum benefit of the economy and the people. There has to be more changes in the land law, and especially to give land to the smallholders. Otherwise, they will not put the money in. They won't put the effort in. So these are some of the changes you have to make. You have to have a highly competitive manufacturing industry, very highly skilled, semi-automated, maybe automated. All they are necessary. So you've got to think out of the box. You have to look at what you can do. To all this, we require education. High education, school education. We have to become an educational hub. And I must thank all parties in Parliament who agreed, let's open the higher education sector to the private sector and to universities. Let's have that. Now this means, are we ready to think out? There is much more to be done. Are we ready to think out of the box? Are we ready to take the challenge? Are we ready to go forward? That everyone has to think. Private sector has to think. Trade unions, others. We will all have to get together, and that's why I call the social contract. What do we build and how do we all benefit? So this is the challenge that is there.